What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map in the red color, playing as Hades. His name is Joe. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Kronos. His name is Suppe. Suppe the Wise here, picking Kronos. Whew. It's game number 4. Game number 4. In this best of 5 series. It's a show match hosted by DOD's Marty, a very, very strong Loki player who just decided he wanted to host a couple of tournaments, put some prize money up to $50. I think $50 wins. Winner takes all. So a bit of an interesting map here right now. I mean, but first and foremost, Suppe on match point. So if he wins this game, he wins. So Joe's got some catching up to do, in all honesty. So we'll see if he's going to be able to do that or not. As the dock is up over here, we do see the villager going to be shanking this one down. I think that it's going to be a little bit too slow. No, he gets the fishing ship out. And that dock is going to get deconstructed here. There it goes. But the fishing ship is already out, so no real problems here for Joe. He's going to be a little bit sad. But the Oracle is going to be going down here. As that dock will be up, no problems. It's a little bit slow on the fishing ship production, but he'll be able to deal with that, no problems here. The early deconstruction here for Kronos is mostly just a check. What do you call it? Mostly just a noob check kind of thing. So if you're good at if you understand what happens when you get deconstructed, you basically just do what Joe did here, and you try and shank the Oracle down. If you can kill the Oracle, happy days. Otherwise, the Oracle sees the dock, deconstructs the dock, and then you just rebuild it. And that's it. And that's not really going to slow you down. You should still hit like a 430 advance time fairly easily most of the time here. So we'll see what Joe's really going to be going for here. Nile Delta is kind of like Anatolia, except only one side has water. And we do have this very, very interesting water that comes in into the middle of the map as well. And then there's the rest of this map down the bottom of the side over here, which is just normal stuff. There's just gold mines, bit of water. I'm fairly sure this is traversable water here as well. I could be wrong. Maybe it's not. I can't check because I can't even build a wall here. Living the dream. Anyways, we'll see how things are going to go here. This is normally a pretty aggressive map. It's kind of like Mediterranean-esque in terms of there's tons of fish here, and the fish is really, really good. So you do need to get in here and defend fairly well here. As Suppe is looking like he's just going to be going for a very, very standard advance time here. He's on the berries as well as the gazelle. He's going to be going for a 430 advance, no problems. Temple coming down as well. Does he have himself 9 fishing ship? Roughly 6 fishing ship, 7 fishing ship coming out. Completely standard, no problems. Has a house coming down here for Joe. He is actually struggling just a little bit to advance here. He's running out of this gazelle over here. Might be worth it to bring the goat over. He should be able to advance. Oh, a little bit of a house here. He should be able to have advanced here at 445, which wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But getting just that little bit late here, going to give Suppe a bit of an advantage, as we do see a dock coming up now. Against Kronos, it's probably wise to go 3 docks here and just play a little bit more defensively. But we are seeing Ares coming through for Joe. That's going to give him a little bit of respite here in this game. But there's just one dock up thus far for Suppe. He's going to be throwing another dock up over here. I'm not sure I like this. You could just throw the dock here and then time shift over here if you really wanted the dock here. This is a big walking time. One of the big advantages of playing Kronos is that time shift function. You definitely should be using that if you can. So we do see Suppe looking in onto this position over here. He's got his temple out. One Oracle does go down. Another Oracle getting trained already. It's a lot of dead Oracles here in this game as Sentinels is through, and that's going to be a completely defensive position here for Joe moving forward. As Kotoskobos is going to be searching around, finding the head of Orpheus, giving him an extra 8 building line of sight if he decides to pick that one up and put it in the temple. as the Soup Oracles moving up onto this location. We see that third dock is already up now for Joe, so no problems where that's concerned. We see the Katoskopos coming in, spots both those docks. Ares just about to pop. There's only 2 Bareem out here, as that Katoskopos is just checking, making sure there's no other docks up the top. He sees no docks there. He's going to pull back and be completely fine here moving forward. As the dock over here getting targeted down, we see a handful of fishing ship very, very far away from home here getting chased down. He's still no Ares getting dropped, as the Katoskopos coming back in onto this position over here. There's that Ares. There's that Pestilence hitting both of those docks there nicely. We've got ourselves 3 Bareems here, or sorry, 3 triremes here to 5 Bareems, as Joe, he needs to wait just a little bit for his population or his triremes to catch back up, as now he has managed to do that. One thing that Soup should be doing in this position now is throwing down a 3rd dock here. Meanwhile, the Cyclops coming in here, going to be trying to get a little bit of damage done. He has to pull back ever so slightly, needs to get himself out like Ajax or something from his town center, as the Oracle's going to be chasing this Cyclops away. This is such a high value unit to be losing here. Is really, really bad. He's taking a lot of damage here onto that one, but the Sentinels here should be able to help defend this location fairly easily. The villagers could potentially turn around and take this fight. He's going to be losing 1 or 2. Nice play there by Soup, as the trireme pushing in onto this position over here. The Bareem's still trying to come through here. We've got ourselves 7 trireme to 4 Bareem, so it's a very, very big advantage here for Joe as he pulls back over onto this palm tree over here. It's a good palm tree, not gonna lie. It's nice and defensive, as those oracles are taken down there as well. As we'll see how things are going to be going here for Joe, as Joe's sneaking in onto this position, trying to take these Bareems out. There's not really a whole lot left here for Soup. He's trying to garrison into his docks at this point. How many? He's got so many resources in the bank. That's why I was saying maybe a 3rd dock would have been a decent idea here. As the trireme trying to sneak in over here, getting some good damage done, trying to take down as many of these Bareem as he possibly can. But Joe's like, yep, can't really push in here. He probably can, but it's just so many Bareem in that dock. And at this point, Joe's going to be taking this fight. He's going to be getting some really, really good picks off here. Nice pull here. If Soup can drag all the way into this corner here and then prevent Joe from retreating out, he's going to be really, really in a good position here. As we see these Bareems coming over onto this position, 4 in the dock here. Soup needs to eject those here. Nice micro from Joe here as well, as Soup pulling back over on this position. We do see the Promethean still going after this one here. Cyclops has still got 168 HP left. That's enough to take down infinite buildings that don't fire back, obviously. As the Ajax does pop out here, that's going to be enough to defend. Now, the other thing is that Joe can just happily put docks down this side as well and start fishing up even more of that location if he so chooses. As Joe pushes forward, he's going to be looking for some fishing ship kills or something like that over here. As we do see the safer fishing ship to pick off over on this location. He's going to be going after that. As we do see a handful more Bareems. They're still coming out. He's still got 5 Bareems in this location over here. Soup not paying attention here. He's starting to time shift buildings forward. Military barracks here and counter barracks coming in. Now, the big question is going to be, is this defensible here for Joe? He's got 2,000 gold left. He's going to be throwing down a stable military academy. All the good stuff over here. It doesn't look like he's spotted this just yet. But the Bareem's popping out over here. We've still got 6 in that dock there, as they all do decide to pop out now. The question is going to be, can Joe win this fight or not? He's not currently paying attention. He's going to be pulling back now. He's only got 9 trireme here. Or I should say he's got more than that, but he's going to have to pull back away from that dock ever so slightly and get himself sorted. We do see the Katoskopos has spotted this in the middle of the map now. So Joe has to make some very, very strong decisions moving forward in this game. But Soup here, he's thrown away so many units here underneath the dock. He's thrown away all of this population, all of this wood, all of this gold that could be going into military units here. But he has forced Joe to build a couple more trireme here as well. As the Chiron Ajax is out. Hoplites, Hippocon coming through here for Joe as well. We'll see what Soup's going to be able to do with this early pressure. Well, I say early, it's 9 minutes into the game, but early land pressure. As now Joe, can start building all the fishing ships out and getting a huge economic lead here. And Soup here, we've seen this a lot in vanilla. Now, if you guys aren't kind of aware of the differences between the original game and Titans, on the original game, you couldn't actually build any town centers in the classical age. So the best play, generally speaking, when you lost water was to go for like an all-out land attack. And the way that you win that is by, in that situation, the way you get a win there is by getting a lot of villager kills. And the way to defend it effectively is to just make sure you take the fish on the water as much as you can. Build as many fishing ships as you possibly can in order to give yourself that economic advantage over your opponent. Now, on Titans, though, generally speaking, you can just get yourself a second town center and that water advantage doesn't end up being that big of a deal. But in this position here, Suppe is dictating that he wants to go for the classical fight. So we'll see how everything goes here. The Caraballas here is a great pickup in this army as well against those hoplites. Joe's going to have to throw down, and he has already done so. He's throwing down an archery range. He's going to start getting himself out some Toxotes here, which I do really rate against Gaia and against Kronos is the Toxote, as opposed to against Uranos, where I'm like, nah, you probably don't want those because the units are just a little bit too fast. Toxote get picked off a little bit too easily. Maybe with Hades you can build some Toxotes, but generally speaking, stay away from them there. As the dock does get taken down, the fishing ship's going to get taken down as well. There's tons of fishing locations over here for Joe to be grabbing as he's deciding to push through here. Lots of resources in the bank, however, for Suppe. He's going to continue to push in. This Cyclops here with that throw here is going to do so much damage here. Look at that. That damage is so huge from the Cyclops. As we do see, it does get taken down there. If you can get a good throw and it bounces a couple of times on the army, you can have such an advantage here. As Suppe is managing to win this fight here, it seems, as we are getting some Hades shades coming through. That's going to be a big help here. We've got ourselves 300 gold left on this gold mine over here, and there is a real possibility here of a gold starve to come through, as Joe needs to figure out how he's going to get out a full population army and defend this. Potentially getting some more villagers onto the temple here to make some Cyclops wouldn't go astray here either, as the triremes taking down this final dock here. That's a lot of population on that location there. That's 18 population there, which Joe is going to be needing to have in army here. And this is very tense here, as the Chiron's going to be searching around for a gold mine. Is there a gold mine on the back here? There is no gold mine on the back here for Joe, so he will have to fight for it. We do see this Oracle over here scouting around for what he needs, as the as units are still getting taken down. We've got ourselves 89 gold in the bank here for Joe. Now, Joe can decide to fully send it with all his villagers on this position, but look at this Suppe here. He's going to be able to go to the next age here behind all of this, and he is deciding to go through Rhea here, which restricts the myth unit kind of possibilities here for Joe as well. As the villagers come through, going to start shanking as best as they can, as Joe realizes, yeah, he needs gold, and he needs to push him back. And we are seeing towers getting pushed down onto this position as well for Suppe, getting himself watchtowers here as well, as the villagers still pushing forward here ever so slightly to try and take this location. Potentially grabbing this town center wouldn't be a bad idea for Joe at all, as Joe's just happily utilizing his units in onto this position. The trireme coming through here as well, as we see that dock just about to get taken down. The village is going to be getting cleaned up here. The trireme taking down some of these military units pretty quickly here, but this is looking very dicey here for Joe. He's losing a lot of villagers in this push, and while he does have the fishing ship economy here, he needs to figure out what to do on this position, as the sentry tower does get dropped in onto this position, but the villagers come through and they will be taking that down very quickly here. Rhea is in now. I think I would have liked to have seen Hyperion here, in all honesty. It's just considering the way this game is going. This Rhea is not going to give him a whole lot of extra ability, but maybe with the behemoth to push in, he can really actually finish Joe off. But looks like it doesn't even matter in this game, as Joe just could not secure this gold mine. He couldn't get his army through here fast enough to get, well, I mean, he had 2,000 gold. I'm not sure what happened, in all honesty. These trireme not being in the army here just kind of, I don't even know what to say. Joe just needed to get his army together to get himself that second gold mine. Maybe some towers getting set up on this gold here a little bit earlier. Maybe sneaking over here onto this gold mine over on this location wouldn't have gone astray. There are lots of gold mines down here that you can sneak, and I don't get to see it. But I mean, Suppe wins the show match here in, well, I would say fairly decisive fashion, but it was really close games here. 3-1. Joe almost wins this game. Honestly, if he secures this gold mine and he doesn't lose here, he wins this game. This loss is 100% just on not grabbing this gold well enough. One other thing that Joe could have tried here is like 10 villages on this gold mine and sneaking around and putting 10 villages on this gold mine here. And it probably could have been an easy way to go. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this one, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.